Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allison and today we're doing a real classic get ready with me. I love all natural green clean makeup. You know that if you've hung out with me around on this channel. I will link some of my recent spring favorites and empties videos down below. But today I wanted to just share with you my everyday makeup. I put on a very simple face pretty much every single day of the week. I spend a lot of time in my work life on lots of video meetings. And so I just like to have a really simple makeup look every single day. And I will talk through my favorites and the techniques that I use in this upcoming video. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, let's get into my simple everyday makeup routine with all of my all natural makeup products. If you see me looking to the side a bit, it's because I have a mirror set up so that I can see myself, so that I don't end up looking like a total clown. And obviously I have to take off my glasses, which makes things harder for me just in general every morning when I have to do my makeup without my glasses. If you are a glasses wearing girly, you understand my struggle. So let's start with, so I've done my skincare, I've washed my face and done my skincare. It's pretty much all sank in now. If you've watched any of my favorites videos or even my empties, which I will link down below, you know Australia Gold's Botanical 50 SPF tinted sunscreen. It is a BB cream. This is the light skin tone one, and it has a matte finish to it. This is a great mineral sunscreen. I've worn it, you know, like being in the pool all day. Obviously, then I've reapplied, but this is just my everyday, evens out my skin tone, and I love it. And so this is my first step every morning. Living here in the desert, obviously you need SPF, and just in general, we should always be wearing our SPF. And this one I really love because it doesn't have like a scent, and it just evens out my skin tone without, there's absolutely no white cast, even though it's mineral sunscreen, because it has that tint. But the matte formula, it doesn't dry out my skin at all. I don't have like particularly oily skin, but what I like is that it really dries down. Sometimes I've found with other tinted SPFs, I've tried a lot of them over the years, especially mineral SPFs. They stay quite wet, like this one feels now, but it's gonna dry down. And so I really like that it dries down. It doesn't like get on my fingers if I touch my face throughout the day. If I hold my phone up to my face, there's not like a big grease mark on my phone. And I have found that with other mineral tinted SPF. So that's why I've bought this bottle over and over again. It's also like $15. Just blend it in with my fingers. I get a nice coverage, but you can still see my acne spots, my freckles, like my dark under eye circles. Like you can still see everything, but there's just more of an even tone to my skin. It's calmed down some of the redness. It's hidden some of the lighter spots, but there's obviously, you know, I go back in and add a bit more product on top of it once it's dried down. So depending on the state of my skin, pretty much how many acne spots I'm having at a certain time depends if I pull out my Kosas Revealer Concealer. I've gone through multiple tubes of this. I think this is maybe tube 3, maybe 4. I use the color 04. It's never broken me out. It's a really nice, light, creamy finish, more of a satin finish. So it kind of brings some luminosity to the skin, which is nice after the tinted SPF has more of a matte finish. So I've liked this. Again, it doesn't break me out and it has good coverage, but it's not a full coverage. Like I've never used Shape Tape by Tarte, but like that really heavy, thick concealer that's full coverage. That's not this, but it definitely covers spots. But I don't use it necessarily every single day. Something that I do use every day is this FitGlow Peach Color Corrector. So I feel like we all either have like dark circles or puffy under eyes, and you know, all battle with something around our under eyes, and mine is definitely dark circles, dark colors. So I have more of a purple tone under my eyes, and so I found that this peach color corrector by FitGlow really helps even them out. And this is a brush that I bought actually because another influencer said it was great for under eyes, and I've really liked it. I'll link it. It's off of Amazon. I don't really remember the specific brand, but it has a really nice arched shape to it, and it's super soft and it works great. So I use that to blend out the peach color, and I feel like it just helps. It's really a color corrector, which I like to use more than just concealer on top of the purple tone. I find that the peach really, obviously it's designed to counteract. So if you deal with dark circles and you have a hard time, and you keep trying to use like lighter and lighter concealers to like lighten the under eye, I have found that if you color correct the under eye, and then if you want to lighten it, then actually put like a light concealer on once you've actually neutralized the purple color, works way better. And FitGlow is a super like high-end all natural skincare brand. And so this color corrector, I believe, is actually like pushes $40. It's really expensive. I buy it on Beauty Heroes, but I love it. And one tube lasts me the whole year, because you see I just put, you know, three dots under each eye, blend it out, and it's great. And it doesn't like expire. You know, it smells fresh and stays fresh for a full year. This past year I've gotten in, I think because I've seen the success with color correcting my under eyes, I've started to dabble with green color corrector for the redness, specifically the redness around my nose, sometimes the tip of my chin or here between my brows. Those are the places where I have redness. And so I've liked just like using some light green, again, to like counteract the redness, and then it looks more of like my natural skin rather than covering it up with concealer, because that used to be my thing. I would put on a tinted SPF and then I would go in with concealer to, you know, cover the dark purple, cover the redness. And I found that going in and trying to color correct and neutralize those colors has been way like, I just like the finish of it better. It looks more natural, which is my daily makeup, is I'm just trying to like, you know, highlight what's there, but kind of even out my skin tone and just like feel fresh and put together. And I found that color correcting has really done that. So this one, I've tried 2 green color correctors in the last year. And this one by Neutrogena, I like, it's a little more creamy, so I feel like it like blends out better than the other one that was just like a really harsh pigment and was kind of hard to blend out without then there being like a tone of green. And so that's what I have found with green color corrector. It's like really light hand, at least because like I don't have super intense redness. Maybe if you have more redness to your skin, you would want more, but for my level of redness, just like a really light hand, so then it again neutralizes the redness without looking like a green paste. So there is a little bit of a learning curve if you start to use green color corrector, that I have found over the past year, but I've been liking this one, and I just do very, very light dots, and then you got to like start blending it out right away, because again, we want it to be able to meld in to the rest of your skin before it stays green. And hopefully you can see that like the redness that was peeking through from the tinted SPF starts to be neutralized. All right, so after I've done that, then I kind of like go in and I got to get a close-up mirror again because the glasses, a few dots of concealer over the spots that I just feel are still poking through, even with the color correcting and the tinted SPF. And again, it might seem like a lot, but to me it goes pretty fast, and especially if I'm not talking it out as I'm doing it, moves pretty quickly. And again, not every day do I put on concealer. All right, so that is the base that I put on in my everyday makeup. Again, maybe plus or minus the concealer. And I just use the same flat blending brush every day for all 3 of them. But I start with the eyes with the peach tone and then move into the green and then the concealer. So I always do that order because then I find that like the color neutralizing doesn't like mess up anything else. And to me, because my skin still looks like skin, that's why I do more of the color correcting than just trying to like mattify, blank out all of the, you know, sunspots, acne spots, redness in my tone. I like my skin to still look like skin. So that's the base. So because I have hooded eyes, what I have found is just putting some shadow in the crease just deepens my crease so that when I open my eyes don't lose 100% of their definition. And it's super simple. I don't overthink it. I don't put multiple colors. I just put one color. Maybe I tap my brush into two, but there's not like a layering blending effect. I just put some into my crease on my daily basis, and this is my everyday makeup. I found that this Kosas Undress palette is perfect. On a normal day, I'm just going into this neutral, and then I might dab it on one of these two to just get a little bit of a darker color. And I just go right into the crease. I'm just using a fluffy eyeshadow blending brush. I think this is from Real Techniques. I'll link the brushes down below, but I don't know the names of them. But you know, just your classic eyeshadow blending brush. Hey, I have some frustrating news, mostly for me, maybe not so much for you, but my camera battery died and I just continued to do my makeup and talk to myself in the room. So if you want to stick around, I will talk through the last few products that I have put on my face, and I will record another Get Ready With Me sometime in the future where we can spend more time going over the techniques and the products. But after I'm done with my eyeshadow, I go in with my brows. I am currently using the Kosas Brow Pop. This is their dual action defining pencil. I really like it. It has a spoolie on one end here, and then the other end has a retractable pencil. I use the color dark brown, and what I have found from other brown pencils is that oftentimes brown, medium browns will lean quite red or like an amber tone. And me with having cool tone hair with my silver, in, you know, with my brown hair, it just, I really need a really true cool toned brown. And this Kosas pencil in dark brown is actually a very true cool tone brown. So I love that about it. Now, I'm not super particular about my brows. You would have seen that in the video that didn't get recorded. I just really work on filling them in. I am a teenager of the 90s, so I overplucked and overwaxed the tail of my brow. So I just really try to like fill in my brows. And then over the last few months, I actually got the e.l.f. Brow Lift, which is just this tiny little pot of gel pretty much. And it's just this really clear gel, but it truly dries clear and doesn't like white flake or, you know, not like a big old soapy brow or anything like that. And then I just got a basic spoolie that I angled a bit so that it can like fit in the pot nicely. And then I just brush up my brows. I don't do this every day, but I do like the more fuller look. It's not like full laminated brow. I know that that's like becoming less and less popular, but I really have enjoyed it. I've only just been filling in my brows for years and years, but I just started using more of this brow hold, and I like the look of it. It makes them look more full. So this is a little bit amped up version of my everyday makeup, which I talked about because I'm going to film another video after this. So I did put on mascara. My everyday look, I don't always wear mascara. I'll just usually do my brows and some eyeshadow and call it good. But every now and then I do wear mascara, or if I know I'm going out that night, I'll definitely put it on in the morning. And the Limitless Lash Mascara by ILIA has been a favorite of mine. This is actually my second tube, and I really like this because it gives my brows like, it's more of a thin, like lengthening kind of look. So if you really like those thick, you know, kind of lashes, this is not the mascara for you. But if you like length, if you like them to like be separated and lifted, I have really liked this mascara a lot. I have it in the true black color. It is a very short rubber brush, and so it is very like sharp, but you can really get to the root and work through and make multiple coats to build it up. And so I have really enjoyed it. I like it. I like the look of it. I just want my eyes to look more open, especially with wearing glasses. It really helps, I feel like, to have them not weighed down and really like thick. I'm not a fake eyelash wearer. I don't even own any fake eyelashes. Even when I get like really dressed up or something like that, going to a wedding or something like that, I still don't wear fake lashes. But I'll just build up this mascara and I like the look of it. I definitely don't wear eyeliner on a daily basis, so I don't have any of that on. But wearing mascara is sort of a sometimes yes, sometimes no situation for me, but I put it on today. And then after I finish with my eye look, then I move in and I put some more color and warmth back on my cheeks. Today what I'm wearing is this Gen C Terra multi-stick, and it's like Terra as in like terracotta, because you can see it's this really beautiful brown color. It is more on the bronzy side to it, but it kind of has like a little of a red hue and it's illuminating, which I like putting on top of the more matte tinted sunscreen. So it adds some illuminating to like luminosity back to the skin. I really like it. I put some around my forehead and on my cheeks and a little bit on the bridge of my nose. And then I blend it in with this flat foundation brush from Au Naturel. I find that it's really easy to use, and I've had this brush for probably a decade, honestly. Au Naturel, I have to see if there's still a brand that is around. They are an old school green beauty brand, clean beauty brand. This is long before like Sephora and Target carried clean green beauty. So anyways, I have to check them out. I used to have their makeup, but obviously that makeup is all used up and long gone, but their brushes are still going strong for me. I love this brush. So I use that to blend out this Gen C color stick. And then I go in and add even more luminosity. Was from my spring favorites video. I will link that video down below if you want to see what my other makeup spring favorites are. But this is the ILIA multi-stick in Cosmic Dancer, and I have just been loving this color. This color is such a true like everything I've ever wanted in a highlighter color. It doesn't lean like it's not rosy gold or pink. It's, if anything, it leans a little more gold, but I like that. I think it's beautiful. I actually just swipe it on tops of my cheekbones and I don't even really blend it in. Like maybe I pat it with my fingers, but most days I'm just like like swipe, 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 swipe. We're good to go. Absolutely love those two cheek products and the color that it brings to my face. They are my go-tos for every day. And then again, kind of like the mascara, I do not wear a lip liner every day by any means, but this has been my favorite so far and I did put it on today. This is by Gen C as well. This is their Cruise lip liner in Rum number 2. I don't know if you can see the color on my lips, but this is the color. It is a very brown color and I love it. I think that it works really well with reds, and I tend to wear more like brick reds or brown lipsticks. And this is my go-to if I'm not wearing, it's like Red Dahlia tinted lip balm by Burt's Bees. I will link that down below. Then my everyday, I am wearing this tinted lip balm by ILIA in the color Faded, and you can see that it's also a very brown, warm brown color, and that's my go-to. That's what I have on over the lip liner today, and that is my everyday makeup look. Thank you so much for sticking with me, even with the issue with the battery. My apologies. I hope you like the sound quality better in this video. trying slowly but surely to just make every video a bit better. If you have a favorite everyday makeup product that you wear consistently or you've repurchased, I would love to know what it is down below in the comments. If you let me know, I would be so grateful. If you want to keep watching about clean green makeup and beauty care products, I will link my most recent empties video here so you can continue watching. And be sure to subscribe if you want to continue to follow along, learn more about clean green beauty, or I also talk a lot about my current low-buy journey that I'm on and also the books that I love to read. So I would love if you subscribe to the channel, and I will again catch you in that next video, and see you next time. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Bye.